Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch one of our quick help videos on the Imageware Systems EPI Builder software. Very important, please watch the EPI overview, installation, and creating templates videos again if you are experiencing issues with EPI. In this video, we will discuss troubleshooting issues you might experience while using the EPI Builder software. If EPI fails to function, please verify you have full local administrator permissions. While executing the EPI utilities, you must also right-click the utility and select Run as Administrator. If your Windows permissions are in question, please have a system administrator log in and verify if the problem still exists. Next, as mentioned in the previous EPI videos, you must verify the EPI licenses are activated. This can be done by clicking the Start button and Programs, and right-click and Run as Administrator on Activate Runtime and Activate Designer licenses. If they are activated, the Client License Manager screens will be populated and display the serial numbers. If you are prompted to enter a serial number, this means the licenses are not activated. Next, if the License Manager screens displays red text, this means the license was originally activated but was deactivated due to a hardware change or license expiration. If this occurs, you must contact Imageware Systems to reset the license and then reactivate it again. Next, if the serial numbers are populated and all licensing looks good, the next thing to check is the ODBC connection. During the installation of EPI Badging 4K, an ODBC connection is created in Windows. If this fails to be created or was corrupted, the Badging 4K will not function. The steps to verify the ODBC connection will vary between different operating systems and whether the computer is a 32-bit or 64-bit computer. In addition, the ODBC name for the Card Access 3000 ODBC connection will be different than the CA4K. For the Card Access 3000, the DSN name will be Badging 3000. For the CA4K EPI, the DSN name is Badging. The first step would be to launch the ODBC 32-bit Manager from Windows Administrative Tools. This 32-bit ODBC Manager can also be launched from the Windows Sys WoW 64 folder. The utility name to launch is odbcad32.exe. Using the ODBC 32-bit Manager from Windows Administrative Tools is much easier to find. Upon launching the ODBC Manager, click on the System DNS tab. In the list of system data sources, it should display the DSN name, Badging. If the DSN name, Badging, does not display, you must manually recreate the ODBC connection again. Very important, if the live database has changed, you will have to reconfigure the ODBC connection to point to the new live database. After we create a new ODBC connection, we will demonstrate checking the settings of an existing ODBC connection. First, we will demonstrate creating a new ODBC connection. In the ODBC 32-bit Manager, click the System DSN tab and click Add to create a new DSN name. Next, the Create New Data Source screen displays with a list of drivers. Select the SQL Server driver and click Finish. Next, the Create a New Data Source to SQL Server screen displays. Enter Badging as the DSN name with SQL Server authentication using a login ID and password entered by user. Enter the login ID CIC and password uppercase C, lowercase I, lowercase c, exclamation mark, 234567889. That is capital C, then lowercase I C, then exclamation point 234567889. This is the default SQL Express username and password in CA4K. Leave all other settings at default. Click the Next button. On the next screen, verify the Change the Default Database to is checked and select the current CA4K Live database from the drop-down list. Leave all other settings unchanged. Click Next. On the final screen, leave all default settings and click Finish. Upon clicking Finish, review all the settings and then click Test Data Source. It is very important the screen displays Tests completed successfully. Click OK. Next, verify the new badging DSN is in the list. Next, as previously mentioned, if the live database name or SQL server name has been changed, you will have to reconfigure the settings in the ODBC connection. First, start by clicking Configure. Next, verify the DSN name is badging and the SQL server name on the bottom is correct. Next, re-enter the login ID and the password again. Enter the login ID, lowercase CIC, and password uppercase C, lowercase I, lowercase c, exclamation mark, 234567889. That is capital C, then lowercase I, C, then exclamation point, 234567889. Click the Next button. On the next screen, verify the default database is correct. Click Next. On the next screen, click Finish. Very important, you must click Test Data Source and the screen must display Tests completed successfully. Click OK. Now that we have discussed troubleshooting the ODBC connection, we will point out a few other troubleshooting tips regarding EPI. Next, one important note regarding a photograph: you must use a dynamic image and you must not specify a field name. Another thing we will discuss is the badging settings in the database utilities. In almost all cases, you must leave these settings at the default settings. One exception would be if you are using an international version of Windows and the path for program files is different. Next, we will mention two functions that can be tricky to set up. They are the magstripe encoding and barcode generation. If possible, please contact technical support for sample templates to use as a reference. To use magstrip encoding, the printer must support it. This concludes this quick help video on troubleshooting EPI Builder issues. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.